for watching. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a nice time infecting their family and watching the chess show on Netflix. Guillermo, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great, fantastic.
Was it? You didn't post anything on Instagram?
No, Jimmy.
There were no drunken texts from you? Nothing like that?
No, nothing. I behaved this year.
Did you watch the parade?
No, I did not. I was so busy trying to help my wife cooking.
I have to tell you, every year, what I'm most thankful for every year, I know this sounds dumb, it's that I don't work at NBC where they force you to be part of that Macy's parade. I mean, poor Al Roker every year. Hey, look, it's Garfield. Oh, the Teletubbies. When I was a kid, my dad would wake us up on Thanksgiving. He'd come into our rooms. The only time I ever remember him coming into my room, he'd come and say, the parade's on. And we'd be like, what? Who cares? Get out of here. I hate parades. To me, it's just traffic with balloons. But every year, my father would force us out of bed at like 6:30 in the morning to come downstairs to watch it. And so what did I do on Thursday? I got the kids. I said, hey, the parade is on. You gotta watch it. I did.
No.
They watched it for about 4 minutes. They saw the Chase from Paw Patrol balloon, and they said, put on Paw Patrol. And I watched the parade alone. Macy's did the parade a little bit differently this year. Because of COVID, they couldn't have the usual amount of people under the floats. People hold the ropes to the floats so the floats don't float away, but they couldn't assemble a group of people for safety reasons, so they had to find one guy to do this.
This troop of Pikachu dancing to the classic Pokemon song, Gotta Catch 'Em All. And high above the dancers shines this bright spot in the sky. It's a much larger version of Pikachu, the most electrifying ambassador of the vast Pokemon world.
Together with his red-capped snowman, this duo is also here to represent.
Yeah, look at him, Pokemon Go. They found him in the Hudson River. He was very sad. In case you haven't checked your email in the last 24 hours, you should know that today is Cyber Monday. It's the only day of the year we use the word cyber anymore. Did we really need Cyber Monday this year? I've been camped out in front of my laptop since March. But speaking of buying stuff online, this is an amusing tale. One of our producers, Aaron Irwin, who stands right here, dressed as Boba Fett. Aaron and her husband, David, have a 5-year-old daughter named Charlie, who, unbeknownst to them, ordered something on Amazon using the Alexa. How did this play out exactly, Aaron?
I got home from work one night, and Charlie said to me, Mommy, I bought something on Amazon today. I think I bought a banana toy on Alexa. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I didn't think she really did it. And then a huge box showed up on our
huge box shows
porch.
up, and this is what was inside. 6 foot long. That's a Rastafarian monkey with a banana for a body.
Yes.
And how much did this cost?
Well, she had said it cost $197, and I was like, well, I guess if she did buy it, it was only $1.97, whatever. It was $197.
$197. And then you looked up you can look up the transcript of the conversations with Alexa, and you actually gave this to us. This is what Charlie said. Alexa, could you please order the banana toys? Which, by the way, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Alexa, buy it now. Alexa, could you buy it now? Alexa, buy it now. Alexa, when is my squishy pillow gonna be coming? Alexa, when is my blush, blush, blush squishy pillow gonna come? Alexa, my name is Charlie. Alexa, what do you want to talk about? Alexa, are there more boys or are there more girls in the world? It sounds to me like Charlie wants you to have another kid. It's really... So, are you returning the Rasta banana?
I'd love to return it. I want it out of my house, but she's now madly in love with it.
Of course she is. Well, look at this. It's like they're on a honeymoon together. Charlie's a genius. She figured out how to cut Santa entirely out of the loop.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be nice this year. Did Charlie order the Tyson fight on pay-per-view this weekend?
I think so, yeah.
Did you watch that, Guillermo?
Yeah, I did.
You did. On Saturday night, Mike Tyson, after 15 years, returned to the ring to fight fellow retiree Roy Jones Jr. The fight went 8 rounds. At the end of the 8 rounds, the judges called it a draw. It was not a draw, not even close to it. Tyson won every round, right?
Every round, Jimmy.
Every round. They called it a draw, but Mike, who later admitted to having smoked pot before the fight, didn't seem to mind at all.
The former WBC world champions is a draw. Mr. Tyson, what do you think of that?
Okay, I'm good with that.
You think you won the fight?
Yeah, but I'm good with a draw.
Why?
Because I entertained the crowd. The crowd was happy with it.
Who is this person disguised as Mike Tyson? That's not Mike Tyson. What happened to the guy who said he would eat your children? And bit off 2 human ears? Wow, I guess this marijuana really works. Even half-baked Tyson looked pretty good. Roy Jones was hanging on to him for dear life. It was less of a fight. It was more like 2 old friends who haven't seen each other in a long time. They just got the vaccine. They're just like hanging on each other. Even though Roy Jones has only been retired for a couple of years, Mike Tyson was the heavy favorite. And some even worried Jones might get seriously hurt.
A lot of people were afraid, Roy, you might get hurt tonight. Were you really afraid in the back of your head that something could happen that might have put you in peril?
I was afraid I might get hurt. I didn't fight in 20 years. He only stopped fighting for 3 years. I'm afraid I might get. Why nobody care about my ass?
Well, that's... I'm going to say it right now on television. I care deeply about your ass, Mike. He's still the best. There's still nobody better. Yesterday, the Denver Broncos yesterday had to play without a quarterback. All 4 of their quarterbacks were on the COVID no-play list because they were all together without masks on. What happened was they got together. It was supposed to be like a socially distanced, quick strategy session. And someone, I don't know who, turned on the crown. And next thing you know, 12 hours have passed. 3 boxes of pink Zinfandel have been consumed, and they're all ineligible to play. They had to bring in a rookie receiver to play quarterback. It was like a scene from Rudy, except in this one, Rudy's team lost badly, and Rudy was terrible. This is the first time they asked, are you ready for some football? And the answer was, maybe not. I don't think we are. You know who else is on the injured reserve list? Joe Biden. The president-elect took a tumble this weekend. There you got video. Here he is hobbling out of a clinic in Delaware last night. He suffered hairline fractures in his right foot. Even the eventful things that happen to Joe Biden are uneventful. Apparently, he slipped and fell while playing with Major, his dog. The Pentagon today announced that Major has been demoted to captain, but Biden is now going to have to wear an orthopedic boot for a few weeks. So in a way, Trump and Biden both got the boot this month. Speaking of Donald Trump, Blotus weighed in on Biden's injury last night. On Twitter, he wrote, "Get well soon." And clear. He's just jealous because Biden has a dog and all he has is Mike Pence. Can you imagine Trump having a dog? I can't picture him feeding anyone but himself. The closest Trump gets to that is when he feeds Giuliani a bucket of frozen mice. Meanwhile, this is how the lame duck chose to spend his final Thanksgiving at the White House. He threw a world-class Trumper tantrum from behind a tiny little desk.
If the Electoral College votes for Joe Biden, will you concede?
Well, if they do, they made a mistake. Because this election was a fraud. Just so you understand, this election was a fraud. So, no, I can't say that at all. I think it's a possibility. They're trying to look between you people. Don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way.
Don't you dare speak to me the way I speak to everyone else. Sitting in a little baby desk screaming, "You can't talk to the president that way." This is how I want to remember him. That desk he was sitting at it's been used by many presidents to sign bills, but usually they're surrounded by a group of people, so you don't notice how little it is. It looks like he went back to visit his old elementary school. Last time I was at a desk like that, I had my head down and we were playing Heads Up, 7 Up. The future former president was also asked about his plan for his final Turkey Day in the White House, and that went about as well as you might guess.
Mr. President, do you have any big plans for your last Thanksgiving at the White House?
Well, we don't know what is last. If you look at what's going on, you have to really take a look at what's going on. They're finding tremendous discrepancies in the votes, and nobody believes those numbers. Those numbers are incorrect numbers. So I can't say what's first and what's last in terms of is this the last one or is this the first one of a second term. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what happens. Next Thanksgiving, you will be at Mar-a-Lago, still screaming about the election and eating creamed spinach alone. We are on day 27 now of Squattergate. Trump still hasn't made a concession speech. He continues to dispute the results of the election. Last night he wrote, "No way we lost this election." We might have to file a restraining order against him. Trump gave his first post-election interview yesterday. He called into the always sycophantic Maria Bartiromo show to make a cornucopia of unchallenged false claims.
I was called by the biggest people saying, "Congratulations, political people. Congratulations, sir, you just won the election." It was 10 o'clock, and you looked at the numbers, and I'm sure you felt that way. This election was over, and then they did dumps. They call them dumps, big, massive dumps, in Michigan and Pennsylvania and all over.
Yeah, when you get to his age, a lot of your conversation is about the size of your dumps. But Maria Bartiromo, by the way, I don't know what happened to her, but she appears to be auditioning for the position of Donald Trump's next wife, because that was this is interesting. According to NBC News, Trump underperformed in 25 of the 30 counties where he held rallies before the election. He did worse in those counties than he did in 2016. I guess telling a group of people who are freezing their nuts off that your opponent's going to take away their air conditioning didn't rally the base like he hoped it would. The state of Arizona certified a win for Joe Biden today. They also just finished the recount in Wisconsin. The recount in Wisconsin cost the Trump campaign $3 million, and the result of the recount was Biden picked up 87 more votes. Money well spent. No president has ever lost one election so many times, but he could be coming back for one more. Not only is he reportedly planning to run again in 2024, he's floating the idea of launching his campaign during Biden's inauguration week because, of course, I think he should do it at Biden's inauguration. At the inauguration itself, run up, grab the mic, and complete the transformation into full orange Kanye already. Melania Trump today unveiled the annual White House Christmas decorations. She wrote, "During this special time of year, I'm delighted to share America the Beautiful and pay tribute to the majesty of our great nation. Together, we celebrate this land we are all proud to call home." Which is odd because, one of the stories that got buried when Trump's tax returns came out were the tapes of Melania saying how much she hates doing Christmas at the White House. But now she loves the majesty of America. This is a video the First Lady's office put out today in which you can see her putting her best foot forward. Well, at least she's having fun with it. Make no mistake about it, Melania Trump is not enthused about being in charge of Christmas at the White House. In the war on Christmas, she is General Lee. But there's an old Trump family saying that goes, "Nothing we say is true, so we might as well make some money off it."
Christmas is coming, the sleigh bells are ringing, and the First Lady hates every bit of it. Now you can experience all the angst and fury of a White House Christmas with the new holiday album, Melania Trump's
Who Gives a About the Christmas Stuff?
All of Flotus's least favorite holiday hits on one commemorative disc with classics like The Halls, The 12 Days of All These Who Cares That Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and many more. Whether you're in the mood or not,
I'm working my ass off for that Christmas stuff.
and you're gonna appreciate it, damn it, with timeless carols like If I Hear One More Bell on Christmas Day, Feliz Navidad, What Child Is These, No One Asks Obama, and of course the all-time holiday classic, I Saw Daddy Humping Stormy Claus. This holiday season, it's a Merry Christmas to you and yours. And if you don't like it,
Give me a break.
Melania Trump's Who Gives a About Christmas Stuff. Available wherever pumpkin spice is sold.
Move over, Mariah Carey. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click the subscribe button. And if you didn't like it, well, you hurt my feelings.